Do you ever wonder what I'm doing when I'm not welding? If there's one thing all tradesmen have in common, or better yet, business owners, service-based business owners have in common, it's the need for cash flow. Look, I don't know much about business. I'm learning as I go. That's why you should show up every week to watch the new video that we post every Friday, because what I learned last week may be totally irrelevant, or I may have learned something new about said subject a week later, a year later, etc. But I have learned that cash flow is very vital to any business. And that's why I'm sharing this video of building these shelves for the AROSS Welding store. Even though they're out of wood, there's a lot of similarities in how I'm gonna go about building these shelves when it comes to building systems into your business and creating cash flow. Cash flow is important for a lot of reasons. For one, you gotta pay your own expenses, consumables, etc. as a business owner. You gotta pay your help, you gotta pay for insurance, you gotta be able to add value to your customer. There's an ongoing list of good reasons to have cash flow in your business. So by way of this video, I'm going to share a tip with you on how to create cash flow in any service-based business. This is just one way. There's several different ways to go about building a business, different business models a person can decide to follow in his or her business. But for this one tip that I'm going to share with you to work for you in your business, you have to do this one thing first. You have to decide what it is that you want to do within your trade. If you're a welder, there's a number of different things that you can decide to niche in, and the same thing goes for a carpenter or any other tradesman. So first things first, decide what you want to do, or at least do most of, narrow down what it is you want to do, and then this tip that I'm going to share with you momentarily will be very beneficial to your business. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Austin Ross, your welder guy. That's right, today we're working with wood. I'm gonna be building 6 or 7 of these. These are going to be shelves for the AROSS Welding store. They're actually gonna live right here in the corner for extra storage space. If you're new to the channel, this is the AROSS Welding store. This is where the products live that you order if you shop from the AROSS Welding store. I did wanna let you know that if you're wanting to order stuff and get the stuff in time for Christmas, in other words for Christmas gifts, try to order by December 15th. If you order by December 15th, we should be able to get them to you in time for Christmas. If for some reason we don't, we apologize, but that is our goal. Just out of 2x4s, very simple. I am not a carpenter, this is a welding channel, but we're gonna be building 6 or 7 of these 2x4s. We got our little pocket holes, put 4 screws in each corner, and we got our miter saw to cut our 45s. You know, the one thing I like about wood, I mean, I'd definitely rather work with metal, seeing as how I'm a welder, but the one thing I like about wood is it's way lighter and it's quite faster than it is to mess with metal. So first and foremost, here's our miter saw using the old welding table. And we got our other table that we finally got the brush hog off of. Here's my handy little rolly cart. Got some hand clamps in here. I'll show you where I use them here in a minute whenever I build these things. And up here is our supply of 2x4s. Hopefully that's enough. And then I'm gonna take some plywood, which is over there, and cut to fit over this, and then they'll be ready to install. Be ready to store some stuff on our shelves. Come on. All right, so our dimensions are 43 1/4 by 23 3/4. 43 1/4, and I actually marked just a 1/16 less. .43 and 3/16. 23 3/4, a 1/16 under, 11/16. 23 and 11/16. Now I'm going to use this little pocket guy to get them inside holes that I was talking about, make everything nice and clean. But and Kayla says I ain't got no dance moves. Speaking of Kayla, Kayla is my wife, and she has diligently been working on a favorites list for my website. This list is made up of favorite things that I use that I believe in, as well as a few other things that Kayla and I both use for our YouTube business, but it's also got welding tools that I recommend that I use on the daily, and it's even got a few extra things that we use around the house that we just absolutely love and want to recommend to you. There will be a link in the description of this video that you can click on, and it'll take you straight to the website, and hopefully it helps you find some more gift ideas for those of you that are still needing some gift ideas. Unfortunately, my slick dance moves are not on the favorites list. You're gonna have to practice your own dance moves in your own time. But I will let you in on a little secret to my dance moves at the end of this video. To start with, I'm gonna line all these up, line them all up. My table's not level. I got some thin sheet metal here. That's why this guy's doing this. Anyway, as long as it's close, I'm gonna measure 1.5 inches from right here, just using my speed square, 1.5 inches. Since they're all lined up, I'm going to throw my speed square on there and do the same thing to this other end. So that mark we just made is for this guy, and I'm going to be using, they got several different options, A, B, C. I'm going to be using B just because it's close to the center, and I'm going to line up the end of this deal with our 1.5 inch mark, and then I'm going to make sure B, which is the center hole, is in the center of our 2x4 this way. And then I just take our Harbor Freight job here, squeeze clamp, whatever you call it, and I just eyeball it. I make sure this block, this blue block, is square this way. In other words, lined up with the 2x4 right here. Sometimes I even eyeball it, but then I take my Milwaukee hammer drill, put the bit in. This bit come with this block situation, and then I just run it through, run it all the way to about right there. I used to have a little Sharpie mark, and that seems to be about all I need as far as depth. And then there you have it. Our screw, our 3-inch screw just goes right in there and ties in our next piece, and you don't ever see the head of the screw. So I'll do that to all sides of these 2x4s and start putting our shelf together. The next thing we got to do is, just like any old carpenter, take a break, get a cigarette, get a drink of coffee, because that's what keeps us motivated. Tradesmen in general, a little break, a little coffee, a little cigarette, you know what I'm saying? Keep the morale good in the mind there, you know? We got to keep it enjoyable. Lay out our 2 pieces, get our squeeze clamps, what I'm going to call them. Again, don't know the terms, feel free to let me know in the comments. What up, K-Ron? What are you doing, girl? Let me know in the comments what proper names are. That way we can all learn. Got a bigger speed square that I got lucky. That I normally use for this, but so make sure it's square. Snug my clamps up, and then take a welder clamp, or what I call welder clamp I'm more familiar with. Strong arm or strong hand tools clamp that down to make sure they don't move. Put a screw here. Put a screw here. Hope they don't intersect. And then of course a couple in our counter sunk holes. And then do that over and over again. All right, now to speed things up, I'm gonna streamline some things. I'm looking for 6 total. I got 2 done, and I've got 2 long pieces cut already. But first I'm gonna do a little math. So if I need 4 more shelves, and I need 2 of these per shelf, 2 times 4 is 8, so I need 8 total of my long pieces, and same thing for my end pieces, so 8 total of my short pieces. So like I said, to speed this up, I'm gonna cut 8 long pieces and 8 short pieces, and then do the countersink things on the inside all at once, and then build them all at once, rather than cutting enough for one shelf, doing the countersink for one shelf, and then putting one shelf together. We're gonna streamline it to make it more efficient. If there's one thing that all tradesmen have in common, is streamlining stuff. So even though I'm not a carpenter, I still know a little bit about streamlining things to make things more efficient. And the coffee break. Next, the countersunk holes. All right, so here they are. Well, one's up there, there's 5 here. One more on top of the table, all finished up. It just feels real good. All I gotta do is slap some plywood on and things will be finished up. The only downfall to streamlining things in your business is getting a whole bunch of parts cut ahead of time and that part being the wrong measurement. So that's something to be careful of when it comes to streamlining things. The only good thing about making those mistakes is it sharpens the mind, and we will not forget making those mistakes, so we try even harder to remember to not make those mistakes next time we do that same process in our business. Like I said at the beginning of this video, this is just one way to create some cash flow in your business. Thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to check out our website, AROSSWELDING.com. If you are needing to finish up some Christmas shopping and you want your order to arrive in time for Christmas, try to get that order in by December 15th. That's our tentative date, or our goal. If you get it in before then, we are not totally guaranteeing it by Christmas, but more so guaranteeing it versus if you order it after the 15th of December. Thanks for watching, and remember, learn something every day. Okay, here's the secret to my dance moves. It's my underwear. Comfortability is key. I talk about that in welding. Well, it's the same thing with dancing. You got to be comfortable. You can't be getting all wadded up and getting wedgies and stuff while you're dancing, because then you get uncomfortable and you don't move as smooth. So in that link in the description of this video, I believe it's on the Amazon favorites list, you ought to be able to find my favorite underwear. They're so comfortable. Go check it out.